Hello everybody, we are back for round two. We are going to be on the play again, and our hand, first turn Goif, or better yet, first turn top, leaving up swords and being able to look. So this is a fine hand. I will fetch out basic swamp and swap that, use that to cast the top. That way I have the white up. If he plays a blue land, we may end up dropping Goif next turn. We're gonna draw a land no matter what, though. That's in the cards. All right, just waiting on them to decide. Connection started acting a little flunky or a little funky again, so if you see me randomly do something to disconnect and then reconnect, that's why. But we should be fine now, in theory. So we've got nothing else for our turn. We do have things for his turn though, so we can't F6 his turn. Basic forest makes me think elves every single time, and I lied. We're not getting a land. Trust you tune it. Let's find out what he's playing. I thought he's him. Enchantress. All right. Well, let's get the namesake out of there. And looks like that swords plan. Yeah, that was terrible idea. We're gonna top and then we're gonna drop Goif and we are going. Oh crap! Love it when they draw others. All right. I'll take this for next turn. We just need to get to beating as fast as possible. We need to strip his hand. We need to basically steal from him. And we need to do it now. That really needs to go away. So O-ring, sigil. He's a couple turns away from sigil. I'm going to take the O-ring. That could be a problem next turn. This is not a good start. This hand was great versus everything but Enchantress, and even against Enchantress, like the top showed us good cards, but when he drew this, it became a problem. And the fact that we haven't hit a land really hurts. So the big fear is that everything that we throw into the graveyard, we are actually going to have to deal with because he's got that replenish. So just something to realize. Now we can't shoot them. Problems. Who's got the problems? Me. How far do I want to play into this? We know that he's got, yeah, I'm conceding this now. We are far enough behind where we can't really do much. If you really want to know, there's a point where you have to just kind of concede that game and not give him any more information. We reached that point. There were probably ways that we could have come back and taken over, but the real question is, do you think it's worth it? Oops. Those ones. So, swords are absolutely useless in this matchup. Our main goal we'd love to have this be Canonist and land this and Liliana. Eventually you just make him choose between enchantments and lands. Jit, you are useless 100%. And because of that, I will take a Stoneforge Mystic. He may be playing something like Stony Silence, which will cut this and the tops off, but we'll find that out when we run into it. Other options of things to do would be bring in these. If you can nail an Enchantress effect, it's a great thing. You feel so good. But that should be enough for right now. yes, I'd still like to play first, and I'd like to keep this hand. So let's see what we can do. One thing to make note, we can't actually cast Gaddock Teague right now. Should have probably still led with the... yeah. We're going to get a scrub land. Let's just go filter the Batter's Claw. Should have probably led with the fetch land just in case I did draw one. That way we don't have to actually fight it. Enchantress, yes, thank you. Enchantress, meet Liliana. Maze of Ith, also another pretty much dead card in this deck, or in this matchup. There's a real Enchantress. Yep. I like Thalia as well. Well, we'll do that. We have this maze that we can get rid of. Next turn we can play Teague. We're at least slowing him down, which is what we want. What we don't need him doing is playing Karmic Justice, which will, knowing my luck, be what he plays next turn. So, yeah. Sterling Grove. I can deal with Sterling Grove. Right now we get to hit him next turn for 3. Get to steal some extra cards. We do not need him playing Moat. Humility, not so much an issue. Let's see. Let's go ahead and do this. What did he reveal? Enchantress Presence, Humility, Moat, Nevermore. Named card can't be played. I wonder what he was planning on naming. So we hit him for 3 to 15. Next turn, we can hit him for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 for 10, which would be 5. I'll get rid of this. He's got to go get an O-ring. Otherwise, Liliana's just going to rip him to shreds. There was a point to taking that card. And when I say Liliana's going to rip him to shreds, what I mean is that she's going to just take out problems. Oops. Let's activate you. Alright, so humility got a little worse. The debate is, do we get in for 5 or do we just get in for 4? Let's see, if we get into 5, he goes to 13. The next time we get in for 10, he goes to 3. If we get in for 4, yeah, it doesn't matter. We'll keep the card. He can draw 2 cards now, but like at what point do you make that decision? Yep. Gotta go get O-ring. So this will be his draw or solitary confinement, which that's fine as well. upkeep. We'll look. If we see a pulse, the game pretty much just ended. Do not see a pulse. We can't target him. That's one big thing that I completely forgot about. We still have him limited on things that he's doing, though. So let's see. We can't green Sun Zenith. Wasn't a Sterling Grove. It's Nevermore. Need to be able to target him. Card name Pernicious Deed. Guess what? We don't have that card. Yeah, I'm still gonna look afterwards. Well, no, I take it back. We revealed that. I'm gonna look after I draw a card. So come on. I'm gonna pause this for a moment. All right. So yeah, we're gonna draw a card, and then we'll look. So oh yeah, I don't have to pick a target. So he's digging, trying to find another confinement. Replenish won't work. Won't work. Next turn, we will Armageddon his lands or his enchantments, his choice. Don't care which one, but yeah, they need to have that decision made for them. What's needle naming? Liliana. Okay, so we won't be doing that. And this needle's probably naming top. Oh, double Liliana the Veil Needles. Let's take another quick look. I will keep the Thoughtseize because I can target him now. And let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 10, 12. Okay. It's a Caracas. Not exactly what I'm interested in. I still want the other card that I called. Pride Mage. We can knock his card draw down. We may actually need this though. So instead we'll target him and move across the board. Alright. Everybody. So we know on top of our deck, if he finds a way to do some type of shuffling effect, that we have the right card. And the game's over. Alright. Let's see here. I do want to try this out again. It's been a while since I've done it. It's been a while since I've played Enchantress online. Well, technically, I think I've played it online once, and it was back when canonists have, or were in the list. All that being said, he's probably going to remember that he has Leyline of Sanctities, so that's just something to think about. I will give up the two tops. It was nice, but it's not exactly something that I feel I need, and I can understand not needing something. I'm also going to give up the Stoneforge Mystic. So we're giving up creatures to be able to deal with enchantments. Alright. And we have a first turn Library, Stoneforge Mystic, or Teague. We are not mulliganing this. I'm going to go first turn Library. He did not have a ley line, by the way. Awesome thing. So we're going to nail all of his Enchantress effects. Yes, and yes. I actually want all three of these. What this allows is I can play the ability Thoughtseize him and extract him. So I guess I could do that with that alone, but I don't want to see either of these cards again, so. And I will actually do it this way. Let's go ahead and Thoughtseize him. Look at that, I get a presence. And why did I try and target him? This doesn't target, by the way, so even with Leyline, we're still good there. And then during his draw step, I will go after the Argothian. Could go after the Enchantress presence, which makes it a little bit more difficult for him to do things, but they're both in the deck. Utopia Sprawl. Okay. So, I can remember that. Important things to realize. Where was I going? I just want the shuffle effect. I was planning on saying something. Oh, with Runed Halo. There we go. We can start this process. It says name a card. Germ is not a card, so the Batterskull, regardless of what he does, can slip through. Sterling Grove. Fresh cards. I want the Wasteland. So I can't steal any more cards until next turn. And I have to be careful about this. Um, with everything that's out there, I'm going to go ahead and do it this way. So I know I'm taking a lot of damage off of my library, but once the Batterskull's swinging through, we should be okay. That's going to get an Enchantress effect. Could have also gotten these when he went for that, but I figured I'd just be careful and nail one of them. Yep. Let's move that out of the way so I remember to do this. Yes, and there. Alright, well that's awesome. Order they will be drawn. Can't do this until after we swing. And green. Green. And we Thoughtseize you as well. Yeah, I don't think Emrakul's going to do it, but I'm going to get rid of the confinement. He can Ruined Halo all he wants. Same cards as last time for him. I want to keep the knight. I'll put it back this way. And there's a buddy. Alright. And we'll drop the knight. So, lethal multiple ways next turn, and O-Ring does not do it. You can't play anything that costs 4 or more. Confinement's about the only thing that I can see him playing that could cause any type of damage to the situation, but the game's over. So that is the deck. He's drawing cards to see what he's got. This matchup, game 1 is not very good. You do have the discard, you do have Liliana, and Liliana is a house here because you can split these up and you guarantee get one of them, and you put them in positions where it's like, okay, well maybe this land goes over to the other side with most of the enchantments, and you try and make it as bad for them as possible. That's excuse me, that's where the trick of the deck comes in. It's twice. Weird. And that's something that you want to kind of pay attention for. Getting used to it is relatively easy. It's just a matter of thinking, like, if you were playing from their side, what would be the worst possible thing that could happen to you? So, until the next round, we're currently 2-0, and yeah, this was the Enchantress match.